Elite Four Bruno of the Kanto region is one of the most maligned characters in all of Pokemon. Sure, he's a fighting type trainer with 2 Onixes. Sure, his Pokemon only know 4 fighting moves combined in Generation 1. Sure, he basically sits down the entire match while you destroy his team without breaking a sweat. But what's all that? Semantics, baby. I think Bruno can do better. So much better, in fact, that I am going to play with his in-game team until I win in the Master Ball tier, the highest tier of the Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive ladder. Is it possible? I sure hope so. I'm definitely going to find out. If you're a sadist, this may be the video for you. We all know what Bruno's team looks like. Onix, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, Onix again for some reason, and the ace, Machamp. I am also going to add Hitmontop, as fans of Gold and Silver will remember that Hitmontop joined Bruno's team for these games. But that's it. 5 Pokemon, 1 ripped fighting master. How long will it take to win? Let's find out. Before we get going with the games, here's the team. There's a couple little tricks in here. First, Onix is Choice Scarfed, so it can cheekily outspeed Charizard, and maybe one-shot if my opponent isn't ready. Wishful thinking, probably, but that's kind of the whole challenge. Second, I have a really cool Endure, Unburden, Weakness Policy Hitmonlee set, which I'll show off in more detail later. Other than that, Machamp is my main source of damage. Guts plus Flame Orb makes it a monster when Dynamaxed, and adding on some Max Knuckles only speeds up that process. Pretty cool that Bruno's in-game ace is also the ace of this team. As a final note, Hitmonchan basically never comes to any of these games. Sorry buddy, but you're just a worse support mon than Hitmontop. Alas, maybe you'll find your calling in the fighting dojo. So surely this won't go too bad, right? Oh my god, not that music. No! I got blasted. I played a bunch of games for an entire day, and only misfortune befell me. Basically, any good flying type Pokemon that isn't Charizard is basically an insta-loss. My whole team is basically built to maybe sometimes beat the Groudon Charizard Sun team that's super popular right now, and I just couldn't find it on the ladder. But then I did. And while I lost, I really want to show you this super specific Hitmonlee strategy that I came up with. Here's the opening leads for both teams, Groudon Charizard for them, and Onix Hitmonlee for me. Basically, turn 1, I need to either one-shot Charizard with Stone Edge, I miss, of course, or I need Charizard to max Airstream my Hitmonlee, not max Wildfire. Endure is a move that allows the Pokemon to survive any amount of damage that turn with 1 HP at the minimum, even if it gets hit more than once. However, if other effects like Weather or Wildfire affect Hitmonlee, it will die at the end of the turn. For this to work, I need Airstream, and I get it. Now, you're probably thinking that speed boost to the other team is bad, and it is, but Hitmonlee's ability is Unburden. So, when my weakness policy activates and gives me +2 attack, I am also at +2 speed now. So I'm still going to outspeed their team, and now I'm super strong. The final key is Hitmonlee's fighting move in this set, Reversal. Reversal is a move that deals more damage the less HP the user has left. At 1 HP, Hitmonlee's Reversal does 200 damage. 200! Goodbye, Groudon. Now, I lost, but I'm glad I could show this strategy off, because I thought it was pretty cool. So, I end day 1 a defeated man. My rating has plummeted, and I'm honestly unsure if I can do this. Machamp hits like a truck with its Guts ability, But in a format where every team has 2 restricted Pokemon, I'm just unsure of this team's ability to ever win. I don't know. Day 2, and I'm hesitant to try again. I've never encountered competitive Pokemon like this before, where losing is like really the expectation. It kinda sucks. But I boot up Sword and I start. First game of the day, and it's looking bad already. Calyrex Palkia? Yikes. Well, I decide to lead Hitmontop Machamp with Onix and Hitmonlee in the back. Sorry, Hitmonchan. I lead my slower Pokemon up front because I expect them to try to get Trick Room up early. Trick Room is pretty good for Machamp, but the rest of my team really suffers. Well, they lead full force with both of their restricted Pokemon. I figure that they're probably going to click Trick Room with Palkia and protect Calyrex, so I fake out Palkia and set up the Sun with a Max Flare from Machamp. Immediately something is wrong, as Calyrex is Dynamaxing. Hitmontop stops Palkia from Trick Rooming, which is nice, and Machamp does decent damage with Flare. Thanks to Intimidate, Hitmontop also survives Calyrex's Max Hailstorm, which is huge. So actually this really isn't terrible. But the next turn, I need to make a read. With Guts, Machamp might knock out Calyrex, so I think they're going to protect Calyrex and set up Trick Room with Palkia. So I make the big turn and I double the Palkia. Oh my god, they Max Guard with Calyrex. Hitmontop does good damage, and Machamp finishes Palkia off. I've denied Trick Room, and the Max Knuckle is boosting both of my Pokemon's attacks. Could this be it on the first game of day 2? Incineroar comes in, but the Intimidate is okay, as my Max Knuckle the turn before just cancelled it out effectively. I decide to Knuckle the Incineroar and swap in Onix, so that I can Intimidate Calyrex again if I need to. They make a pretty obvious switch to Amoonguss in hindsight, but as you can see, Max Knuckle is still doing good damage. Seriously, Guts Machamp does insane damage. Machamp also tanks the Max Hailstorm well, and I'm kind of feeling good. I Fire Punch into Calyrex and Rock Slide with Onix. I figure they're going to try to set up Trick Room, but this at least forces them to Rage Powder with Amoonguss if they want to set it up. Rage Powder comes out, Onix hits both with Rock Slide, and Machamp finishes off Amoonguss with Fire Punch. Oh my god, Calyrex flinches, so no Trick Room. Thank you, Onix, thank you. Now here's something awkward. I don't know if my Machamp is faster or slower than their Incineroar. My Machamp has a speed stat of 75, and min speed for Incin is 58, I think. But most don't run min speed. So I can't tell if Trick Room is good or bad for me. Anyway, they fake out my Machamp and avoid a Rock Slide flinch to set up Trick Room. It's the end game now. I decide to sack Onix so I can get Hitmontop in for free, and here comes the deciding turn. I'm going to fake out Calyrex, and it comes down to the speed of their Incineroar. If I'm slower, or I guess faster under Trick Room, it'll be a 3-on-1 against the Calyrex at low health. If they're slower, I don't think I have the firepower to win. That might sound crazy, but Calyrex can just snowball so hard with Glacial Lance. Here's the moment of truth. I fake out and... my Machamp is faster. Or slower. Oh my god, this could really be it. One more call to make. Does Calyrex Glacial Lance, or are they going to call my Wide Guard with Hitmontop? And should I attack with both instead? I decide to Wide Guard, but they high horsepower into Machamp and miss! Knockoff from Machamp finishes it off, and Bruno has won in the Master Ball tier. Hoo-ha! Sorry, that was dumb. For the record, high horsepower is 95% accurate. However, there were only 2 turns of Trick Room left, so I could bring in Hitmonlee and endure to stall out the last turn and then win that way if Machamp went down, so the win was actually still guaranteed. Wow. I honestly can't believe it still. The first game of day 2 and Bruno has achieved a rank master ribbon for all of his Pokemon. I now own an Onix with a rank master ribbon, and better than that, it came to the match where it won. Just for fun, I win in the champion tournament with his team so I can see them on the title screen, which I think is pretty cool. So that's it. Bruno has proven his elite status, and I am eager to try with another famous trainer in Pokemon. I had a lot of fun, honestly. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment below on another trainer you'd like to see me do this with. Thanks, my name is SlamVGC, and have a great day. Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha-ha! Hoo-ha! So dumb. Hoo ha, hoo 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 ha.